I'm gonna grab a piece of paper real quick.
Right. Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna grab some picture paper.
Please. Thank you for joining today. So, unfortunately, today here we have a weak internet connection, especially today. Even though you are joining online, thank you so much, and I appreciate you all. But I need to say, if it's cut off, it's due to internet connection here. So please, let me apologize you in advance for that. But anyway, we will continue the service online to get together with you all. And if you joined Body Mind Spirit Expo last week and met Happy Science, thank you so much. Let me say thank you for you all. And I'm honored to have you here today. Okay, so let's do the service about this book today, the challenge of enlightenment. This is very new, but it's published already in Japanese more than 25 years ago. And then now is the time to learn about this core teaching today in this 2023. Because as you may know, Master Hokawa had a heart attack, and his physical body is not alive right now. And we, all members in the world of Happy Science, pray for his resurrection, because we can say he is still alive as law of the universe itself. And based on a Buddhism side of Happy Science, we can learn about it very deeper. So today we're gonna go into this book of Challenge of Enlightenment. Okay. And then we went through part one, the first half of this book. And we are going into part two from today. Then I need to overlook the part one very shortly. That is for self-establishment or self-help because of the Buddhism thinking way. First, we need to establish ourselves as individuals. Then we need to help others. From ourselves to helping others. This is a way to progress in Buddhism way. So we are going into today helping others, and that is based on the concept of emptiness. Emptiness that we went through in part one. That is the most difficult part at the same time for part of Buddhism. If you understand the concept of emptiness, you can say you're enlightened. Okay. Oh, music. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Right. So you can say you are enlightened by understanding the emptiness. So it's kind of vague and how can I say, very difficult to grasp by your intellect or reason. But nature of enlightenment, you can grasp it. So I need to say you will learn these teachings firstly as knowledge. Once you know this knowledge, you take for 10 years, 20 years, to practice it. And finally, you grasp the enlightenment of emptiness. Let's say without knowing it first, you cannot be enlightened. So this is for the first step for you to know the wisdom about enlightenment of emptiness today, right? So let's start. Right? So let me show the name of the chapter 1 in part 2, Progress Through the Middle Way. Yeah, this concept is a very fundamental way of thinking of Buddha, Shakyamuni, living 2,600 years ago on Earth in India. And his thought is succeeded over and over, generation to generation, for 2,600 years. And now we can learn about traditional Buddhism, but it has no enlightenment at all. Then Master Yuhokawa, in a traditional way of thinking, he was born again as a new Buddha. Later, from 2,600 years ago, in this modern age, to update the teaching for this society nowadays. Okay. And then we will recite the true words spoken by Buddha together. Now, this is the same concept that I said as earlier. If we recite it, repeat reciting it, years and years, gradually we can understand what he spoke, what he is speaking, the meaning. Then we gradually attain enlightenment. But this word is very profound and deep, so you cannot get all meaning immediately. Please know that. So we need practice. The recitation is one of the practice in Buddhism way. Reciting repeatedly makes you understand the words deeper in your daily life. Yeah, you have many findings in your daily life by reciting it morning and night. And at the same time, the sutra gives you deep inspirations in every day because it attunes you with God's light, high vibrations from heavenly world. I promise you, please try it with your attending this service. Right? So let's recite the true words spoken by Buddha together. The true words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appear the 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These seven colors help each other, and there appears Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is the symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If you burn up for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the two words. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to punt in a stream, then you can change your course. The true words means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. Sorry, please. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you now here listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your paths have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is the eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will show light to the future to invite sad people to Buddha land. Now here I command. There shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirits in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believing in one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Okay. Right. Um, I forgot sharing this screen for you. Sorry. Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. First, part two, chapter one, progress through the middle way. This is Buddha's way of thinking. It's said in the traditional Buddhism too. This is the foundation of all Buddhism thinking way. Then we'll move on to these agendas. First, introduction of middle way, and second, middle way as a practical approach, avoiding pain and pleasure. That's a practical way of understanding middle way. The third, as a way of thinking of the middle way that explains emptiness. And we integrate all the things that we will learn today, and you grasp the concept, abstract and vague emptiness. So let's go ahead. Introduction. In the script of the book, The Challenge of Enlightenment, right? So I think you can see by these words, at last, the emptiness in you is appearing in front of you. That's a mystery of the teaching because it has life in it. It's not only the words, mere word, but it's God's life. It's the same as Buddha's heart. In these papers, yeah, we see it, the law of the universe. Okay, there are no writings that address progress through the middle way in any literature or doctrine related to Buddhism. And this is true not only in Buddhism, but also in other philosophies. No one has ever directly addressed the theme as far as I know. Therefore, it is safe to say that progress through the middle way is one of the original themes of happy science. In other words, this is a very fresh theme and a theme befitting happy science. I will start by giving the conclusion. What I mean by progress through the middle way is to aim for the improvement in human character and the prosperity of society through the right approach. That is to say, while exploring the right attitude to spiritual discipline in this life, endeavor to improve your character and work for the development and prosperity of society. The middle way that Shakyamuni Buddha taught did not simply mean an idea of position located between two opposing concepts. But in Buddha's teachings, the word middle could be replaced by right. So this concept is far beyond this world. Okay, middle is not like a moderate or medium, like not like that. But middle means right, and the right is what we are exploring in our discipline. Yeah, as happy science members, you are required to do exploration of the right mind. The right mind is the middle way, right? And then if you take the middle way, the path leads you to God's will, God's heart. So right is not fixed material, yeah, but you can grasp in your daily life, in your time, in your praise, in your occasion. The righteousness is differ. Righteousness differs in time, praise, and occasion. Time, people, sorry, occasion. It differs in every situation. Then you need to see what is a right path In other words, right, what is the middle way in the situation where you are in right now? To think about the middle way is the discipline itself in happy science. Then you can lead the path towards Buddha and God through your journey of life. Right? So the middle way means the right way. In other words, entering the middle way is almost synonymous with entering the Eightfold Path. Yeah, Eightfold Path is a term of traditional Buddhism, and it's for discipline that we learned in a part one of this book. So I don't review it any deeper because it has 8 times of the services. So I skip it. I have given detailed explanations of the Eightfold Path in many of my writings, but the path alone does not indicate what is right, right? So from the Eightfold Path that you can learn from this book in a part one does not indicate any special direction. But the 8 angles give you the middle way that leads you to God's heart, right? That's so flexible. Then from the remembering 8 angles and check on yourself from the 8 angles, you can choose the right middle way. That's a concept, right? I see it's not easy to understand, but you can understand gradually through practicing. Therefore, to understand the middle way means to understand what is right. And to understand what is right means nothing less than to understand the enlightenment that Shakyamuni Buddha attained. Right. So he put the system in his teachings to reach out his mind, yeah, taught in 2,600 years ago. You take on the path of Eightfold Path, and you can reach out to the state of mind Shakyamuni Buddha attained. That's called enlightenment. It's okay. It's invisible, intangible, right? This is fundamental way of thinking of Buddhism. That's the middle way. Okay, so if you are seekers, maybe you can seek for more deeper and deeper, continuously learning of the truth of happy science. Let us think about the middle way from such a standpoint, right? Then I show you, yeah, I don't go deeper into these words, but these 4 terms are the terms of enlightenment. Yeah, just know that. Yeah, void as the same meaning of emptiness, right? It's in Japanese character, kanji. It shows sky and air, right? That's the emptiness, okay? Then the next one, causality. Causality is a law of cause and effect. In other words, law of, how can I say? The attraction, same wavelength attraction. Yeah. This is causality. Yeah. Like attracts the like, right? The dislike attracts the dislike, something like that. So the third, egolessness. This is very poor part of Buddhism, but this is so misunderstood by spiritual seekers that lead you to atheism. Then the Buddhism enlightenment is not today, not in today's society at all, by the misunderstanding of egolessness as a materialism or atheism. And of course, the middle way, yeah, these four words of enlightenment can make you understand finally what is faith, what is God, what is Buddha, what is creator, what is the intention of the creator to create these earth or planets, even the universe itself. Okay, today's learning is like that. And then, yeah, I skip it, but you can see the right-hand side picture. The 8 angles indicates Buddha's figure, right? That's a concept very similar to what I said earlier. Yeah, from 8 angles, you can see the right path, the middle way, all right? And the first Dharma wheel means, as I said, this word is connected to your soul, not mere word, but these words are God, Buddha himself. Okay, yeah. In the beginning, there are words, right? The words. Okay. So the middle way, and then there the cause of sufferings and the egolessness that we went through, emptiness and causality, that kind of things I've ever went through. So you can watch online from my channel. Please join the previous services. Yeah, egolessness, to be one with God and others. Yeah. Okay. So today, the middle way as a practical approach, yeah, avoiding pain and pleasure. Yeah, I recommend you join these services over and over again, and you finally grasp the concept of emptiness. That's a starting point to practice it. Otherwise, you don't know the truth, right? So I would like you to first grasp it, first know it, and you can practice it. Yeah, without knowing it, you cannot go into it. You cannot enter the gate of enlightenment. So I emphasize this service to know that concept, right? So I don't see you can grasp the enlightenment itself. No, I don't expect it today. But this is introduction to practice it in your daily life, going back to your weekday and weekend, and in whole year, and then 10 years ahead. Then you gradually grasp the concept of emptiness, right? So I took it for 20 years. And right now, I gradually see the emptiness more than ever before, right? Okay, so these are two main perspectives for discussing the middle way. One is to view the middle way as a practical approach, detailed principles for action and attitude towards spiritual discipline and a way of living. That's the first perspective of middle way. The other perspective is to view the middle way as a way of seeing or thinking, or rather as a standard for making value judgments. In this chapter, I will discuss the middle way from both these angles. Right? So we are in the second point. So page 193. So you can watch this again on a recorded online YouTube, so you can see if you cannot understand quickly. Buddhism steadily developed and spread all over the world precisely because Shakyamuni abandoned asceticism and concentrated on the pursuit of enlightenment. In contrast, Jainism in India at the moment, which continued to emphasize ascetic discipline, has survived only in India and has not spread to other countries because its style was not universal. A life of extreme affluence and pleasure cannot lead people to true happiness, at least not to the happiness called enlightenment. On the other hand, the 6 years of asceticism tortured my physical body and would naturally have ended my earthly life. If the goal of spiritual discipline is to bring an end to one's life, then logically, this means we should never have been born on earth. Why were we born into this world to begin with? If ending one's life was a goal, there would be no meaning to one's birth. Aesthetic training does not provide us with any of the answers to questions such as why did we come into this world? Or what is the purpose of life? Rather, it encourages us to avoid answering these crucial questions. This was the Shakyamuni Buddha thought back then. Right? Therefore, that does not answer the question about the purpose of life. In this way, he found that there was no improvement in human character by seeking pleasure. And with that being said, a life of pleasure was rejected. Furthermore, there were no ways to refine your wisdom and reason in the asceticism that needlessly tortures the physical body. So there's no enlightenment in both ways of a life of pleasure and the life of asceticism too much. Torturing the physical body. Okay, so this is many seekers take sometimes to be a superman or to be a psychic. That's misunderstanding, he said. Yeah. Mm. That's connected to the practical way of middle way. Okay. This is not so difficult, right? Buddhism philosophy started from Shakyamuni Buddha's endeavor to avoid those extremes and enter the middle way. This was the model that became the backbone of Buddhism philosophy. You must first know that from a practical point of view, the middle way means rejecting the two extremes of pleasure seeking and asceticism and entering the right way. Right? Mm. Yeah. And what I mean by entering the middle way is not to live a mediocre life. Instead, it is a state of mind attained when you reject the extremes. You can only attain it after you clearly know that the extremes are not the answer. You will never attain this state of mind by living a mediocre or mundane life. Please remember that, right? Yeah, even if you are our members that learned happy science teaching for 10 years, you tend to be like too much strict to yourself or too much indulgent to your discipline. The both ways are two extremes, and you need to avoid taking to these extremes. So denials are focused now, right? So just not like moderate, yeah. But you need to go to extremes first, and you deny it. You don't stick to it. Yeah, these work of mind is needed. Yeah. So oh sorry, what? Why it's a link? Oh no. Oh, what is it? Oh, Why? Oh no. And then Zoom is sorry. What is happening here?
Wow.
Wow. Oh, what is it happening? Huh? Sorry. I believe. Hmm?
Wow.
What? Okay. Hmm? 9:59. I think it's coming back. Oh, why? Oh my God. Oh. Mm, mm. Okay. This is not supposed to be happening, but I can see what's happening here. Please be patient. It recorded somewhere in the internet. Mm-mm. It's happening for the first time. Right. Okay, so test it tests me. Okay, so without the PowerPoint, I need to do this time. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's okay. So far, yeah, I did it. The the part that I need to refer. So let's go to the part 3 of the chapter 1 in part 2. All right. So that is a practical way of middle way. All right. So you need to avoid two extremes. Okay. Mm. That is one is a pleasure and one is torturing yourself, right? And then this is the reason for Buddhism to spread to the world. Okay. Otherwise, like Jainism, uh, too much aestheticism cannot be spread as a universal teaching, right? So you need to see if you take this way, that aesthetic way, too much, you cannot be universal, right? Mm. This is a fundamental truth. Yeah. Please remember it. It's so easy, but uh, I take Alfredo's words, easier said than done. So much. Yeah, it's eternal path. Yeah, we need to we tend to be inclined to both ways, always. Um, then on this fundamental base, we need to go further. So the as a point of view of a middle way, that's kind of challenging for everyone to understand. So first, we need to start with a clean slate, right? Uh, if you see the clean slate, there's no prejudice, right? Mm. That's the one meaning of middle way. Mm. One meaning of a middle way to start with, right? Mm. So please know that you need to see things starting with a clean slate. Okay. That's our first step for the middle way, right? And the next will be the middle way between continuity and discontinuity. So without slide, I need to explain it. But it's if it got simpler, the life you see is sometimes so continuously going, right? And then at your death, the life is end, right? That's what you are seeing as your life, but the life is continuously going to the other world. Okay? So life is the continuity, but sometimes discontinuity. This life is ending at your death, but it continues, right? So you need to find your spiritual life here. If you find your spiritual life, you are human right now. But if you die, you will be a soul and you will be a spirit. Then the life is continuing. Yeah, yeah. And at the same time, you are a human, but you are a soul in this world too. Right? And then in this sense, yeah, life is the continuity and in this continuity. So at the same time, right? Yeah. Your life is continuing. Once at the end of life, the life is ending, but the life is continuing as a soul. Then soul and a human body right now is you at the same time. Okay. So this is a plain explanation of the middle way. This is middle way. Middle way has many aspects, right? Not so simple. First, you see the discipline aspects. It's easy not to be indulgent and not to be too much hard. So that's middle way in practical way of understanding of middle way. But if you go further, you reach to the state of emptiness gradually. So the middle way between continuity and discontinuity is the second step to understand the middle way. Right? The third, it's written in this book, misunderstanding the idea of egolessness. Okay. So in the Buddha's time, traditional religion in India taught you like a egolessness. Okay, egolessness too. And then they taught you sometimes you just go beyond your body to be one with God, right? You can see it very correct. Okay. But sometimes people misunderstood. Yeah. You, as you yourself right now, can be one with God immediately, okay, by the thinking way of egolessness. That's sometimes misunderstanding because you cannot be one with God immediately. Right? So Shakyamuni Buddha taught you you need to make efforts and you can be one with God. You need to discipline yourself very well and you can be one with God, right? So the effort or spiritual discipline Shakyamuni focused is needed here. Not just go beyond immediately to be one with God, but discipline and you can be one with God. Yeah, that's the Shakyamuni Buddha taught. So sometimes people nowadays misunderstood egolessness by this narrative of Buddhism. They took Buddhism as materialism because Shakyamuni Buddha denied to be one with God or something like that, right? So if you don't believe in spiritual world, if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in Buddha, egolessness falls into materialism and atheism, right? But if you believe in spiritual world, Buddha and God, you can see it as a spiritual discipline. Egolessness, yeah. Spiritual discipline itself to attain egolessness. Okay. So this is one of the idea of middle way, right? So not to be inclined to too much spiritual, yeah, to leap towards God and Buddha, neglecting this spiritual training. Yeah, that means efforts. This world is existing for our spiritual training, not just beyond discipline. Yeah, but we're making effort to be one with God on this earth. Otherwise, there's no meaning on this earth to live. So yeah.
So does that mean that prayer is enough?
Yeah, just like not praying for God is not enough. Yeah. But in true prayers, you need to discipline yourself to purify your love to God, purify your soul to live, to be more loving, right? Otherwise, you pray for taking sometimes, or you pray for your own sake sometimes, or you misunderstood the attaching to your relationship with people around you. Yeah. Then the attachment is not love sometimes. Then you need to pray to purify your heart. Thank you. Yeah. So prayer is discipline itself. That's written in the Eightfold Path, right? If you go up the stages, you can see the prayer itself is discipline. In the discipline, you can pray. Thank you for your great perspective. All right, then this is the third understanding of middle way, right? So the fourth, the last one, the middle way between existence and non-existence. So this is giving you the idea that what is emptiness? What is emptiness? Okay. So this too, you need to know the spirit world and God of Buddha. Without it, it's so complicated to understand emptiness. So emptiness, in other words, what you can define. It's challenging. Yeah. Even me, without referring these books, it's so difficult. But try it. Emptiness. How can you define? Not one word. It's okay.
I would consider emptiness to be in the release or the letting go of attachments.
Wow. Yeah. So that's a true conclusion. True conclusion. Emptiness leads you to release, let go of your attachment. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So very correct answer. But if you do not know the concept of emptiness, you cannot understand it. Yeah. So far from you. Then, yeah, this book will gives you the explanation of emptiness. Emptiness means in short, you are a light in essence. And then the light is God itself. Yeah. In the beginning, there is light, right? And then the light manifests as universe itself. And the light manifests as humankind, right? And then we are in essence light. And the light is still living after this life. That is soul. Soul consists of light. Human body is also consists of light, right? From this viewpoint of light is the all creation. You can see yourself as a continuation from this world to the other world. That's kind of materializing. The light materializes itself as human body, and the human body goes back to the light. That's called death. So these back and forth is called reincarnation. Okay, and then sometimes you can materialize things by your willpower. It's not sometimes, very rare to do that, but that's the same concept. Yeah, go and out of this world. That's the concept of emptiness. Okay? Very short explanation. So, as our friend said, you don't think this world is all. This world is everything. Yeah, you don't think, because this world is only transition to go back to the other world. Yeah, there is home in the other world. Then you are transiting here to go back there. So that's called emptiness. Mhm. So simple, not interesting at all. But later generations making it complicated to learn a lot of Shakyamuni Buddha's teachings. Okay, but it doesn't have any enlightenment at all. So Master Hokawa put every teachings in this world into one, like this concept of light goes and it goes out to this world and from this world. Yeah, so this is a concept of emptiness. But I think you can understand right now. So if you understand it, you understand invisible world. Yeah, you can understand what is God, what is Buddha very clearly. That's a miracle, I think. Yeah. If we are talking about God or Buddha, invisible things, yeah, this is it. This is it. We can say that, right? By understanding emptiness. This is a miracle. This is a power of law. Everyone can understand by these simple words. So everyone can enlighten yourself by understanding the emptiness. Okay. But if you truly understand emptiness, you can abandon all your attachment. But if you still have attachments, that's the way to your path to God. Okay. So that's the meaning of this life. But the goal we should know is the emptiness. That's a state of mind, emptiness. If you see this world is not eternal. Yeah. If you see your family, if you see your dinner, and you can think all is emptiness. That's that's enlightenment. But yeah, but enlightenment does not mean you just die. Yeah, not like that. You need to find true meaning of this life by knowing emptiness. Yeah, because you are live in this world by the Creator, God or Buddha, clearly by understanding the emptiness, you are giving your life by someone. The someone means light, God, a Buddha, the Lord of the universe, gave you a life, okay, in every moment right now. Then you need to see there is a meaning, there is a mission in this life on earth. Okay? You need to see more profound meaning of your life by looking at this world as emptiness, right? But you can do it reasonably by remembering these teachings, right? Every moment, but you originally forget it when you were born in this world. But you can remember it. You can remind the fact of yourself of the fact, right? By knowing the emptiness. You think emptiness in you, and you remind yourself of you are just like a traveler and then go back to your home in the other world. You cannot forget it. Yeah. Without it, how can you remember to go church? Yeah. Once a week, twice a week.
Not only that, but for people that don't understand it,
Mm-hmm.
the easiest thing to do is just deny it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they lack knowledge, and because they lack knowledge, they have no wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So they just deny everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so simple, but that's only one aspect. But it's needed for the first time in the first place. Then you can go further to find the deeper meaning of this life. Yeah. So this is the point today. You need to abandon, deny all the things first. Yeah. But you don't stop there. That's like just escaping, yeah, running away. But we don't run away from this life, yeah, to be responsible for everything in this world. So we just focus on the mission of life to know the true meaning of this world. Yeah, spiritual discipline, training ground in this lifetime. So we can see everything in front of us is for our spiritual training. That means you live positively even in the setbacks, because you find the meaning in the setbacks. Yeah. Right? So yeah, this is a conclusion of this service of yeah. So I cannot show the word, but the harmonious union of the threefold truth. Yeah, many terms is appearing, threefold or fourfold or eightfold or something like that. Yeah, you don't need to remember, but yeah, just we learned earlier. There are 3 steps, right? So first, truth of emptiness. Okay? You need to cut off this world once. That's the first requirement to attain enlightenment. Yeah, cut you off from this world. That means abandon your attachment by knowing emptiness, right? Okay. Then you go backwards to this world. This world is meaningful. So traditional Buddhism deny it and just like a leave attachment. That's it. But in this modern age, we have many responsibilities, including love, relationship with love. That's not neglected, right? Because that includes one aspect of truth. If we have responsibility to develop society to be better, there is a training, discipline in our daily life that's not neglected. So we need to focus on our meaning of life. Okay, that's the truth of temporary. Temporary. This world is temporary. That way you can understand this world. Yeah. But you don't understand this world is eternally, right? Eternally existing. That's wrong. But you can understand this world only temporary. So temporary existing. Okay. So this is a second step. Right. So emptiness, but this world is existing for a meaning, temporarily, right? That's a second step. And then if you integrate these two worlds of emptiness and then temporary world, and you can find the way of the middle way, right? You just not take the two extremes, yeah. But finally, you need to find the meaning of this life, avoiding these two extremes, right? So if you abandon all the things once and you go back to the meaning of this life, but you sometimes attached to it again because you focus on your life's mission. And then sometimes you tend to be attaching to this world again. Then you need to go back to the, not to the emptiness, but the middle way. Right? There appears the middle way, right? Yes, so denials twice. Yeah. You can find middle way. Yes, this is called the harmonious union of threefold truth. Threefold means emptiness and temporary world and the middle way. Okay. But yeah, this is very philosophical. I know, but that's easy to understand. That's easy to grasp, and then that reminds you of uh, disciplining yourself in daily life. Yeah. Or I tend to be too much to this way, and then yeah, you go back to this world, and then sometimes you found yourself or to be inclined to this world too much, right? And then you can go the middle way. So this kind of swaying is supposed to be happening, right? So it's okay. It's okay. It's processing to be attaining enlightenment. All right. So you can see the emptiness for the chapter 4 in part 2. So that will be emptiness and salvation. So next service will be next week, right? So please come back to the service and attain enlightenment together. So our discipline is lasting forever, even after you die. Okay, right. So let's see you again next week. Aloha. So we'll move on to the prayer for the resurrection of Master Yuhokawa. That's not broadcasted. So I'll end this service online here.